Nelson, how you doing? Hi, you sitting up straight? Good boy. You're a good boy. You drinking water? That's a good boy. Fresh spring water. Trying to make sure that he doesn't drink too much, but we don't want him to get dehydrated either. So, but he does need a lot of fluids to, and he has been urinating today. So, and then, Nelson, come on, Nelson. There he goes, back into one of his beds, and he climbs back in, because he likes looking out the window. Yes. And he almost went into his kitty box that is accessible, but again, I think that he can control his bladder. He was almost there, but I do know that we did give him some gabapentin today, and well, we had to go to an appointment because they didn't want him to be too anxious when we leave the house. Usually one of us is here and he doesn't like being alone, but he does identify that he does have legs. I have been doing range of motion more with him, trying to get him to straighten up. He still has the large area on the back of his head shaved. It's difficult, his little paws. They were very, I had them looking, everything was looking really good for the MSU incident where we had to reschedule because they wanted us to drive through the hurricanes that were a state of emergency the first Monday, and that was dangerous for all of us. Else there was a question of whether or not they were going to go ahead and charge us the $650 deposit, which was supposed to be a formality on a credit card. But as you can see, and I couldn't believe it because I don't watch the news, and I made sure that, hey, what if something were to happen, like a natural catastrophe, because you just never know, anything might happen or might not. And we were driving 3 hours to an area where we didn't know whether or not people were going to evacuate there or what. And MSU claimed it was the MRI place that was going to charge for the appointment slot, for not keeping the appointment slot, which really was another just strange situation that occurred. Why should that be even questionable as to whether or not? I didn't even think that they would be open. And it was a Monday, and there was no way, and I called as soon as possible at 8 a.m. And by that time we had already let him eat, and because it was like we had to barricade him in the living room area because he was so strong before MSU, and you can see by the other videos that he wasn't dragging both paws. But that's not to say that, right now he's feeling better, I think, with the fluids and whatever happened. I think maybe it could have been the change of weather. Who knows? It could have been the clindamycin. We've stopped giving him the clindamycin, of course. It's almost as if that they were still intending upon killing him after we brought him home with the medication he was on. I don't have a video or pictures of him immediately after because it was just terrible, but there are, I do have videos that I can send of right after. But this is currently, as of today, right now, it is, let's see, 5:38 Central Time on Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. And, he's still bright-eyed. He's cheery. I'm just watching his intake of food and, making sure that that doesn't happen again, what happened the other night, because, it did go smoothly. We brought him in the bed, in the minivan, and, they were very, very kind there. And, however, I haven't been able to get the x-rays that were originally when this all started in May of 16, when we took him to the ER there as well. But I do believe that they are a lot more knowledgeable and they do care a lot more about the animals, and I don't believe that they have much of a connection with the other veterinarians in the area. So as you can see, he's grooming. I still lay down with him. Bottom of his feet are a little bit dirty. It's a little, we've tried different things to get, the staining to go away. They actually look a lot better on the top than they do on the bottom, because I'm a little bit concerned about, they were a little bit dried out, and now that they gave him more fluids underneath the skin, it seemed like his paws came back to life, where they were very chapped, and also his front paws were really pink, and it just gave him a lot more energy. But he's having problems with he was doing a lot better but as you can see, he can't quite get to where they also shaved back here, and they shaved in between his thighs, on his belly, but this was not, they did not ask me any sort of permission to do this. I was not aware that, and an MRI really should not involve shaving a feline like this, if you know anything about felines. And he may have, yeah, he's kind of going pee-pee a lot in his bed today. This is a bed that I brought in and that he had, but I gotta switch out his blankie, and probably he's a little bit nervous, but and I need to clean him up. But I hope that helps. Here he is trying to get around to his back, and see, it's just so awful. I don't know. All right, thank you.